विचिकित्सितं किल त्वं च मृत्यो यन्न सुज्ञेयमाथ वक्ताश्चास्य त्वादृगन्यो न लभ्यः नान्यो वरस्तुल्य एतस्य कश्चित् आयुषः पुत्रपौत्रान् वृणीष्व बहून् पशून् हस्ति हिरण्यमश्वान् भूमेर्महदायतनं वृणीष्व स्वयं च जीव शरदो यावदिच्छसि एतत्तुल्यं यदि मन्यसे वरम् वृणीष्व वित्तं चिरजीविकाञ्च महाभूमौ नचिकेतस्त्वमेधि कामानां त्वा कामभाजं करोमि ये ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्यलोके सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामा सरतु सरथा सतूर्याः न हीदृशा लम्बनीया मनुष्यैः आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षी Now the Nachiketa's reply. So far the offer of Yama. Now there is a reply. Svobhava martyasya yadantakaitat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejah api sarvam jeevitam alpameva tavaiva vahastava nrutya gite Nachiketa gives the analysis, his own analysis, or you can say factual analysis of all the offerings of Lord Yama. Yama gave him an offer, and he analyzes and tells, what all you have offered are like this. That shows his maturity. Yama offered three things, in a way 2 or 3 you can say. First of all, sense objects he offered, the pleasures that you can have as much as you want, pleasures of this world and the world hereafter. He offered those pleasures which you can have of your choice. Hereafter means exclusive concept which no one has, I have. Designer car, designer shirt, etc., etc. Each one wants to something to have unique. And therefore when they go for furniture, they will call them carpenter. And he will come with a book and will look, now this table and this car, etc., etc. So kamas were offered, artha also offered, He said, as much as wealth you want, you can have. Hiranya, Ashwan, Pashun, Hasti, all that wealth, that was considered wealth then. And three things he offered is a longevity. His own longevity and the children and the grandchildren having longevity. All that which one can aspire, generally people aspire in human life, was offered to him. The best of what you want. Nachiketa replies, okay, let us go one by one. First of all, the pleasures you gave me, sensual objects and sensual pleasures, what is its nature? Shobhavaha martyasya yadanta yad antaka etat. Antaka is the name of the Yama. Antam karoti iti antaka. One who brings end to the life, Yama. Shvabhavaha actually is a sandhi. Shvaha abhavaha. Okay? Martyasya, for the living being, for the human being. Yet Shvaha means tomorrow. Abhavaha means, bhavaha means existence, isness. Abhavaha means going to be non-existence. All the pleasures that you have offered to me are not going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow means one day. Okay? Any day. One day it will come to end. None of it is not that they are going to be permanent. No day they are going to be there. And etat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. They all jarayanti, wear out, worn out, diminished or weaken the vigor of all the sense organs. As long, first of all, one day they will come to end, and as long as they are there, they take away the vigor of the sense organs. And sarvam jivitam. Jivitam means longevity. The lifespan that you are offering to me, all that lifespan, all that longevity offered is alpameva, is very short, is very precious little. Longevity also is not limitless. And therefore, tavaiva vaha tava nrutyali. Vaha means chariots, rathas. Yamaraja had offered these apsaras, saratha saturtha, saturyaha. These damsels with their chariots, with their Mercedes and Phantom and BMWs, and with the music. You better keep it yourself. Your dances and your apsaras and your music, let it be with you. Now let us see this. The very clear statement, Shobhava. It is, when we say Sat, Chit, Ananda, that is yourself. And any vastu which is away from the self always works to get back to self. How? Somebody's phone is ringing. Yeah. Anyway, it's okay. Any vastu. There it is. I got right close to me. So I sensed.
I just turned it off.
Any vastu is Sat Chit Ananda. See, vastu which is made to be in unnatural state, brought to unnatural state, it will endeavor to come back to its own state. Like even if you heat up the water and put it down, the water will try to lose the heat, come to natural temperature. If you put it in a fridge and bring it out the ice, it tries to acquire the heat and come to natural temperature. Till then, it can't sit quiet. Either there is a pravrutti or nivrutti to get back to one's own nature. It's natural. Anything. Put it to one, like even a drop of water in the mouth doesn't bother you. But after a swimming pool bath, one drop in the ear, you cannot be comfortable with yourself. Any foreign state, foreign thing makes a vastu uncomfortable. So also, what are we looking for? Every human being is seeking nityatvam, sat. You want sat. Like this. One day I know that I am going to die. So people have a tendency to make a mark on the pages of history. People should remember me. They want to leave something in their name. All pharmacy industry is for what? To live long. Some yogas are for what? To survive little longer. I want permanent. Not only myself to be permanent, possessions also. I remember in those days, it was a new thing from Africa. For African friends used to come. Unbreakable glass. You want it unbreakable. Everything I want permanent. Even relationship, permanent. Money, permanent. Position, of course permanent. Therefore nobody wants to retire. Especially Indian politicians. They don't want to retire, permanent. Our dear Advaniji is still trying. At this age, when you can't even walk properly, he wants to be still there, goes into parliament, attend meeting. Nothing you can claim to be permanent. Whatever pleasures you give me, or whatever wealth you give me, whatever position you give me, that will come to an end one day. There is no guarantee that tomorrow I will have that. Absolutely. Because there is no guarantee for yourself whether you survive tomorrow or not. So, Baba, it is all ephemeral. See, even if I basically want Nitya, and what you are offering is Anitya, then nothing is going to work. In a simple language, all these pleasures you gave me, they are meant to make me happy. You are offering something so that I can become happy. I want to become permanently happy. They can never make me permanently happy on two reasons. First, tomorrow the Vishaya will be there or not. Secondly, in economics there is a law of diminishing utility. Any vastu, when you have it first time, it has a different value. Slowly, you lose the kick out of it, rasa out of it. First time when the person sits on the steering wheel of a car, he had a scooter, old Vespa, now got a Maruti, that too second hand. But feels so happy that I am driving Maruti. After 1 year you ask him, Maruti. Maruti loses the capacity to make him happy. Any Vishaya. Even if he has a new, like I remember as a children we always aspired for a new cycle. And when the new cycle comes, they used to keep it, mop it and keep clean. Even with shirt they will clean up, They'll go like this and like try to put shirt, you pull and remove the dust. Then after 1 or 2 years, who cares? On the contrary, one of my friends used to pray that somebody should steal away my cycle. You know why? His father promised him, you have a cycle, next year we'll get you scooter. He said, let it go, I can get scooter faster. The same cycle which he loved. That is true for every Vishaya. Even look at these things you eat. First time, first cup of tea gives a kick. Then 6 or 7 cups also don't work. Then he wants a typical Saurashtra tea. You know, the tea is Trilinga. Saurashtra it is Pullinga. Cha pidho, they ask that. And it is Pullinga because they add very little milk and then boil and boil and boil. It is so strong, you for a Brahmana and take a one sip, the choti will raise like an egg. Saurashtra भाषा में shortly khudo thi jaye. Shortly khudo thi jaye. That tea only will give him some kick. And when he started, he didn't know which is strong tea or light tea, this tea, that tea. Then slowly Vishaya always loses its capacity to make you happy. And may not be there tomorrow. And as long as they are there, Sarvendriyanam Jarayanti Teja. You know, you have to pay the price. The vigor or the strength or sensitivity to enjoy is lost. Exactly, all these examples are same. But still I can give one more example. Exactly like going into naturopathy treatment. The fellow is a Saurashtrian, Kathiawadi. So he has to eat lot of chili, very spicy food they eat. You should go to, I'll take you one of the marriages. So till you go to America, you will not able to eat anything. The undhiyu is so much of oil and it's so hot and so spicy. He is used to. For some papa went to naturopathy camp and they start 1 glass of lemon. The fellow is eating 10 chapatis and gets 1 glass. Mari Musalman bana. The fellow has to take only this glass, that glass. After 10 days, they give you some vegetable loki and some potato and some that too or some moong. That too just not even boiled, just boiled one. And they are made to eat. After 10-15 days of such bland food, he develops a taste. Can eat without any spice, no salt, no chili, no black pepper, just lemon. After 25 days he comes home. She is waiting. You ghar aayo. My husband is coming. She has prepared a Raj Bhoga. Because there's a typical Indian woman, don't feel like eating without husband's eating. So she had a guilt, all these days I'm eating good food and he is not getting. Because they mobile. First he complained, "Idhar kuch nahi milta hai." For 3 days he kept complaining to her. So she told him, "Come back." He didn't listen, so now she thought he is deprived and I should provide as a devout wife. So she has prepared some 25 items.
Wow.
And he says, "I will not take everything. Nothing I will take." What does it? You will not eat? I wait for you. And it starts. Mara Hunse. Then she will make him eat at least 1 or 2 items. After a week you should see. Fellow is back to those 25 items. This loses the sensitivity. The tongue develops sensitivity of bland food. It has its own rasa. More you have, more you become incapacitated to enjoy the Vishaya. And you think you are enjoying. In fact, you think you are consuming. The Vishaya consumes you.
Yes.
There is a beautiful slogan marketing about in India, in Gujarat. It's a dry state, you cannot drink. It's a slogan. Darudiosu darune pito to. Darus darudian pijai. The person doesn't drink liquor, liquor drinks him. Because it drinks away the liver. He thinks I am drinking. Is Pariki master. 420, 120. He thinks I am eating the betel. Betel nuts eats away him, develops all kinds of cancer. That's true for every Vishaya. So what all they lose, Shankaracharya writes, dharma, prajna, virya, yasha, ityadi goes away. Why dharma goes away? Dharma means punya, you have done. That punya, that you have a Vishaya, that means you have bartered your punya. So punya goes. Prajna goes means some wisdom goes. The grosser you enjoy, you become grosser and grosser. Grosser Vishaya, and more you enjoy, more you become gross. Sensitivity is lost. And of course, Shakti Kshaya, you lose the energy, it is true for these Vishayas. And later on is Yashaha. Society respects Tyagi, not Bhogi. Because of the wealth, she enjoys some respect, but doesn't last. Therefore, the second line says, Sarvendriyanam Jarayanti Deja. Third line says, Abhisarvam Jivitam Alpameva. Even the longest life is short. You know why? Look at this. Mathematics, people will understand. Distance between 100 and infinity is infinity. And the distance between 1000 and infinity, distance between million and infinity, I want Nityatvam, infinity. Whether I live 100 years or 500 years, it is going to be short. You will not have that sense of permanency within you. And there is a time scale, being what it is, you will realize that it is also limited. People nowadays, I meet so many freaks. I met one guy in New York. He runs 38 miles daily to live long. But the number of hours you spend running is equivalent to surviving. Better don't run. 38 miles of run, he spent 6 to 7 hours a day. What do you get out of it? Suppose you lived 5 years more. Remove those hours for sleep. Remove those hours for daily chores. So actually, in exchange of 7, you are getting 10. So for 3 hours, you are whiling the life. What's the use of it? So these are called freaks in English. Nowadays, there are all kinds of freaks. In India also we have freaks. And so far we never knew. We knew only one kind of freaks. Sadhus were freaks. They wanted only Bhagavan. Bhaktas were freaks, but now this kind of freaks are coming. You see, other day I had told you in the beginning, that every religion talks about heaven. Every religion talks about celestial pleasures. We also talk about Swarga. They say go to heaven, Jannat, all kinds of things they have. But one difference is our Shastra, when it talks about heavenly pleasure, in the same breath it tells they are also impermanent. We don't promise permanent dinner with God and start with soup and keep eating permanently. How much can you eat even if you keep eating? Because there is a limit here. Except this is a pipeline. Dump and goes out. Then you can keep eating. Or you can keep eating only when the food is chewing gum. Fill up. That's okay. What is permanent? Heaven going is impermanent. Shine punye yante lokam vishya. Tad yatha karmachito loka iyakshiyate tadvat amutra. Just as the objects and the pleasures of here always come to an end. However old the organization, even the organization, Congress may be great, but there is one papu who can help them come to an end. So you cannot. So also hereafter, everything comes to end. Not only your existence in heaven is ephemeral, heaven itself gets destroyed. Brahmaloka also is subject to time. There is a question of anything permanent other than myself. Sarvam alpam eva. Next one. Then he gave pleasures and longevity. So that he is explained. It is of no use whether you give me longevity or pleasure. It's not worth. Now he talks about the wealth that Yamaraja offered, Okay, look there. Na vittena tarpaniyo manushya.
Na vittena tarpaniyo manushya.
Lapsyamahe vittamadrakshma chetva.
Lapsyamahe vittamadrakshma chetva.
Jivishyamo yavadishishyasi tvam.
Jivishyamo yavadishishyasi tvam.
Varastu me varaniyassa eva.
Varastu me varaniyassa eva.
Very loaded statement. He says, Vittena manushyaha na tarpaniya. No man can be made happy by wealth. What does it mean? The translation looks like that. He says, Swamiji, everybody becomes happy. You will also become happy. Suppose I give you 10 lakhs check. No, I will not become. Try. Nahi to lewa de, pachi jo. Let me take it first. Baad mein take. So it is not that wealth doesn't make happy. What it means, no amount of gain in terms of wealth is satisfactory. No amount of wealth can lead to contentment. No amount of acquisition can give a sense of enoughness. Yesterday I told you, ye dil mange more. There is always a demand to have some more. That is the nature of the wealth. Shankaracharya writes, Navittena tarpaniyo manushya means vitta labha kasyachidapi kadachidapi truptikaraha na drashta. That it gives a sense of contentment. Never happy. Vitta labha. Vitta means any external source of security. Even land. See, this is a basic human weakness. That is Maya. Therefore you find people accumulating disproportionate wealth today. Even though you don't need it. But there is a tendency, more the wealth the fellow has a feeling that this is not enough. Rather than the sense of enoughness, it just gives the opposite. Same like Vishaya. The first experience or the beginning experience gave some happiness. Later on, diminishing utility. Labha temporarily feels, wow, I made it. Within few minutes, there is a new target. There is a new target. There is a new target. And more the person have, psychologically he or she feels, I should have more. He may not be miser. Most of them become miser. But this guy may not be miser, may spend. But still there is a sense that I should acquire more wealth. Either out of kick, acquisition of wealth also gives a kick to ego. Or either out of feeling sense of insufficiency. But never ever any amount of wealth can make him happy. I often tell to these youngsters, and when I used to conduct corporate workshops, I used to tell, today's business infrastructure is such that you can earn as much as you want to, as much, the sky is the limit to earn. There are opportunities to earn. Formerly there was no opportunity to earn beyond. Some people accumulate wealth within a decade or in that lifespan, which formerly for generations together they couldn't collect. Now opportunities are there. It is so nice an infrastructure that with hardly 2 or 5% of capital you can borrow the money from market and start public limited company and keep making money, limitless. In society, modern society, more so Western culture, and media has given a value that you should have more wealth. The person having a lot of wealth is glorified. You hear now and then Fortune 500 on the front page, even in vernacular language newspaper will come. The total wealth of India's richest person, Mukhabhai, our Kunjubhai, Mukesh Ambani, is 1,70,000 crores. Indians know, these youngsters know what is the wealth of Bill Gates. But Indian father will not let know their children what is my wealth. The youngsters may not know their father's wealth, but they know Bill Gates' wealth. They know Zuckerberg, how much it is worth. They know. There is a value. And people give, you should have more. See, this is a snake. Just one, and then what happens when you want more, which is limitless more, you are never satisfied. And because of that pressure, they cut corners. Papa. They do adharma to make money. All politicians, what they do? They do adharma. All businessmen, most of them, I don't say all. But when a scandal comes out, it is adharma. Because of the pressure to have more. I feel one thing should be told to them, to these modern youngsters, or these startup fellows, new guys. They want to make money. I appreciate your deep dream of earning. You think well and plan, invest yourself 200% to make money. But please analyze. How much can you spend? They have a target. By 2019, I should be worth 50 crores. By 22, I will jump to 200 crores, etc., etc. They have this. Fine. Let us analyze how much a human being can spend. This happened to me. When I heard that that Madoli fellow scandal, share market, in India, a decade ago, Bombay share broker scandal came out. About 100 crores. Arsha. This is the first big scandal in India. So it came out. And it started with 50 crores, and then 100 crores, and then 200 crores, and finally it ended up into 4,000 crores. It was in 1990 or something. 94, 95. Sometimes my mind works differently. Okay? Good or bad, you judge it. I was following the news and I wondered, that time I didn't have ashram or anything, just started. I wondered how much is 4,000 crore money. So I was sitting, this was a smaller room here, and I was wondering, that time there was no 1,000 and 2,000 rupee note, 100 only. So 100 rupee note and 100 such notes will be one packet, will make 10,000. And 10 such packets will make bundle 1 lakh rupees. 100 such packets will make 1 crore. So I imagined the space. I was right sitting here. There used to be sofa, if you remember. And this was the room. And where the Amma is sitting, I imagined. I said, if it is to be made 100 such packets, it will cover up the whole wall for 1 crore. So 100 crore, then 1,000 crore, and 4,000 crore. My God, my kutia will be filled. I cannot live in. It will be smaller than. Then I said, my God, so much of money. Wow. Then I said, where can I, suppose I have, where can I spend? How can I spend? So a basic thing, you require 3 things. You require some shelter, home, you require some food, and you require money for making fun shopping. That's all. That's the basic 3 things, dharma, artha, kama. See, maximum you can build a bungalow. Hey, you go to Nepean Sea Road, right in the heart of Bombay. In 100 crores you can have a good land and make a bungalow. Those days. No, why 100 crores? Let us stay, my mind told this, okay? Let us stay in Leela Penta. That time Leela Hotel was in. In those days it used to charge some 35,000 rupees per night. I said, why 35? Let's say presidential suite. Presidential suite in Leela Penta. How much? 1 lakh. If I book for 1 month, they will give 50% discount. But let us have, okay, they charge that.
Full price.
Not full price. Not one suite. One for, I was hypothetically imagining one for the family and one for Ame be Amara be. So 3 suites, you book it. So daily 3 lakhs. And keep 2 presidential suite reserved for the guest. Because after all, so so maximum per day you can spend 5 lakhs. Maximum. Even. Breakfast is complimentary. No charge. Lunch. Those days they used to serve with cocktail 20,000. It was not that costly. Suppose lunch and dinner with cocktail daily, 40,000. 5 persons, 4 persons, 44 is 1,60,000. Guest. Another 6 persons, let's say 10. So 4 lakhs for lunch and dinner. 5 lakhs for accommodation, 4 lakhs for lunch and dinner, 9 lakhs. This fellow has a wife, has a shopping phobia. Okay? Wants to buy and just buys diamonds and things like that. Daily 5 lakhs, even. Vachane ka darindrata. Not really. 9 plus 5, 14 lakhs. 6 lakhs chudna. Chudna means free, extra, petty, what they call, impressed money in chartered accountant level. Daily you can spend 20 lakhs. Per month how much? 6 crores. 20 into 30, 600 lakhs, so 6 crores. Per year how much? 72 crores. 10 years, 720 crores. 44 times, because the fellow was already 45. He will live maximum another 30 years. So 7 3 are 2,100 crores. Why should we have 4,000? And our Raja and Kani Modi, that our minister, 1,82,000 crores. 2G scandal. You can't spend more than 2 to 3,000 crores. And if I talk in Baniya language, businessman language, you don't require money for 30 years. You require money for 5 years, put it in interest. Just 400 crores is enough. Even if you are in Villa Penta 5-star, daily cocktail will not work. Someday you will say, Dolly Topi Pav Bhaji khane jayenge. You will not be here. You want to go to Chapati someday. And more often you will tell, that fellow will tell the spouse, એવું કરના ખીચડી બનાવી દે. You please make khichdi in electric stove. I can't eat all this. How much? Our spending capacity is not there. Earning capacity they are talking. Talk about spending capacity. You can't. Unless you develop those vices of gambling and all that, then there is no limit. Because I have been to this Las Vegas and I saw the suite costing $50,000 a night. And I said that the fellow told me, the Vegas guy, here are the guys who play for $1 million. That is endless. Yeah, they told me. There are big guys who have money because these gold mine guys. There are so many mines. You know, I was hosted by one miner. He had mines. He went only for a day because some Mandir Pratishtha. Next day he says, Swamiji, you should see that creek. What creek or trick they say? That street is called?
Strip.
Strip, you should see the strip. I said, I don't want. He said, I have a dark glass car. But at least from outside you see. Then he got hold of some friend who was working as a manager and he told me that Englishman, okay, people are there who play for 1 million and less. Anyway, that's coming back to our point. Your capacity is not there. 500 crores is so enough. Have 1,000 crores. And I don't understand these ministers. If they make corruption to 1,000 crores, Indian society is kind enough to forgive them. 1,000 le gaye jaane do. There will not be any inquiry if they take 1,000 crores. Nobody would bother. And that too, I am saying, you are staying in a hotel. Once you build a house, you don't need money. Your own house. That's all. Maintenance is easy in India because manpower is cheap. The thing one needs to learn, how much can I spend? How much can I earn is limitless. Why do I barter my precious human birth for some amount of money which I am not going to carry? And while earning that money, they are doing all types of pop-up, which will come with you. Na vittena tarpaniyo manusya. Vitta labha. The power is also vittam. You see these people coming to power, they want more. They become the head of the state. Then I want to have my international leadership image. Now I am a global leader. Even if you become global leader, I should be permanently global. Everybody should respect me. There is endless. Therefore, as I said, you see in democracy, especially in our country, all the successful chief ministers or prime minister, whatever, they are kicked out of the office. They themselves don't understand, now I should get lost. Enough is enough. That enough sense never comes. with reference to acquisitions, more so with reference to money, and more so with reference to pleasures. Keep on buying and all that. So Nachiketa says, however amount of wealth you may offer me, it's not going to satisfy me. Na vittena tarpaniyo manushya. And then, next line is very important. You are a devata. It's a custom, it's a culture, Indian culture. When you go to elders, when you go to rich men, you don't come back empty-handed. So I have come to you. I am your disciple. So when I go back, already I have taken that permission. My father will recognize blood. So I am going to go back, that is sure. So when I go back, you will give me something. So having met you, so it is there. When you meet devatas, they will certainly give you something. So since I have seen you, I have met with you, and more so I am a disciple. And a disciple is Shishyaha Putravadev, I am your son. How can I go barehanded? It is shame on you if I go barehanded. So Vittam, Lapsyamahe Vittam. I am sure I will get something from you. You will feel bad. I know you. So I will get this. And another thing, you offered me longevity, long life. You said, Sata Yusuf Putra Pautran Virinisva Swamija Jiva Sharado Yavadichasi. May you have children and grandchildren with full age, 100 years, and may you live as long as you want to live. Anyway, I will have longevity. Because you are Yama, Lord of Death. How can a father kill a son? What an intelligent child. How can a guru think something ill of a disciple? Can never. So I am sure I am going to live as long as you are on this position. Yamatvam is limited. One day it will come to it. But the day you will be out, then we will see next Yamaraja. But as long as you are there, I am going to live. So why should I waste my boon of and ask you longevity, which already I am going to get it? What a smart thinking, you know. Jivishyamo yavadishishya siddhu. Now I will live as long as you shall be the Yamapada. You will be honoring the Yamapada. As long as you are there on this position, I shall live. Even in Bhuloka I shall live. You will not kill me, I will get longevity. And therefore, varastu me varaniya seva. Therefore, for me, the boon which I have chosen is the only boon that I should seek for. That is the boon which I want. No other boon I want. Because what all you offered is already going to be there with me. You know? And he concludes his argument. Again, it's a little repetition, but he concludes. Ajiryatam amrutanam upetya Jiryan marjah kvadastaf prajanan Avidyayan varnarati pramodan Ati dirghe jivite korameta Next second half of it is Avidyayan varnarati pramodan. You know, Ati dirghe jivite korameta Rati pramodan. This rejoicement of life, what all pleasures you have offered me, Abhidyayan, having thought about it, having ascertained their nature, having understood them to be what they are worth, having pondered about them, who would like to have longevity and like to sport in this Vishaya, that means only immature person can think of this. Indirectly saying, I am not the one. I am not that immature guy who would like to ask for this and get involved into this when I know this. And he says, Ajiryatam amrutanam upetya. Having met them, having come in contact with, Ajirya means not subject to old age, means devatas. Swarge loke na jaraya vibheti. So when citizens of heaven don't have old age, how can devatas have? Yamraja is a deva. So you are free from all body vikaras. And Amartya, relatively you have a long life. Having met you, why should I ask for some longevity of Bhuloka? Who would ask me? Having known that this is the one you want at all, one has to ask, and I know this is ephemeral, therefore I don't want anything. This is called, just by the way, kushalam. This is called intelligence. Other day I told you, while introducing the subject very first lecture, there is a lot of confusion in India. Confusion may be confusion hai. Okay, so pronunciation mein confusion hai. What is confusion? One of them, whole India talks yoga, karma, sukha, one who is a kushala, dexterous, efficient, he is yogi. People have come and told me, Swamiji, you are a great yogi, your ashram is great. Even my gardener can do this. Why you need? They are non-thinking. As they say in English, gloss over. Just gloss over. If kushalta makes you yogi, then can you call Shakuni as a yogi? Shakuni is also a yogi. Yes. Then Dawood is also a yogi. He's never caught. And there was one Don in New York, Swami used to talk about Teflon Don. He was called as Teflon. Teflon, nothing sticks. He was called some 7-8 times. And police cannot prove. And he just got scot-free and said, I am free. Knowing well, challenge, I am like typical Hindi movie villain, Saab kabhi pakad ke dekho, pata chalega. Then he did it to New York police, NYPD, So Teflon Don, he was named as Teflon Don. Swamiji used to often tell him, I have not read his history on Google. I sometimes felt like seeing, but I said, okay. That also is a yogi. Karmasu kaushalam is not yoga. Karmasu yogaha is a kaushalam. The sentence is not defining yoga, sentence is defining kaushalatva. What is kushalta? The same action which is binding. Kurti mahotadau patanakaranam gati nirodhakam phalam shashvatam. The same action which keeps you bound to the cycle of birth and death. Same action which can give you karma phala which is limited. The same action which is an obstruction in a way for moksha, shastra. The same action is employed in such a way that it becomes a means for moksha. This is kushalta. Opposition leader is made to vote for government. This is kushalta. Muslim leaders talking for Muslim women. This is kushalta. They should be given not triple talaq. They should be given. That is kaushala. And that action, which is a means for bondage, can become a means for moksha if it is done with yoga buddhi, yoga attitude. Nachiketa is Karma Yoga. All the temptation which Yamaraja gave, the same he returned. All weapons you keep, and showed him the fallacy of it. That is Kushalta. Generally, people will fall for such things. Yamaraja thought he will fall for something. On the contrary, he made Yamaraja to rethink about all this. Himself made him think, and which Yamaraja praises him. Second chapter he says, oh Nachiketa, at your age, it never occurred to me. Even now what you said to me. So that is Kaushala. So Nachiketa quietly refused all the offering and showed his firm resolve for the self-knowledge. I want nothing other than self-knowledge. We'll see second half of it is tomorrow. Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari